Hello, and welcome to the FisherPoetry Podcast, a showcase of prose, poetry, and song written and performed by those in the commercial fishing community. Mostly. I'm your host, Brad. Thanks for joining us today. Today we are happy to be bringing you another installment of Sunday at Sea, a live show of maritime songs, stories, and good coastal fellowship hosted by Mark Allen Lovewell and Molly Knoll from Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts. So, without further ado, here's their show.
All aboard!
Hello, everyone.
Hey, everybody. Here we go.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mark Allen Lovewell. I'm a folk singer from the island of Martha's Vineyard, and seated right next to me is the wonderful, the beloved, we all care a lot about her, Molly Knoll. We all do. She's a wonderful lady. She's a wonderful lady.
Guy.
And we're here again, and we just did the Ukrainian national anthem, and I just looked it up. We've been doing it, opening the show, every show for the last 4 years. And I won't get political, but I'll just simply say we started doing the national anthem of Ukraine when Russia invaded Ukraine, and we were just thinking, oh, it'll be over soon. Anyhow, we're still doing it, and I don't have the guts to not do it.
And I think this evening's performance of it, sometimes we do it a little more low key and a little sadder maybe. And I was feeling like celebrating them for showing up at the Olympics and for surviving as they're fighting really hard to do in this awful winter under such terrible circumstances. I saw a video today of some of the kids going down tubes on a hill just to have some fun. Kids were having fun. It was like, that's what we're rooting for them to.
We're just rooting for them.
Normal, to have normal.
So I don't have the guts to not start the show with this tune.
Yeah.
I think we'll keep doing it as long.
We'll keep doing it, and as we've promised from the beginning of time, we're gonna bring joy because
that's what the theme of the show is.
And welcome everybody. We got a lot of people here tonight. Yay! Thank you. Thank you.
And we got a northeaster outside just starting. It's just starting. It's gusting up to, it's around 20 with gusts to 30.
So northeaster means that's where the winds are coming from.
Right.
They're coming from the northeast.
Yeah.
Contrary to this song.
This is a different thing.
This is different.
Blow your winds westerly.
That's like kind of nice weather, right?
depends on where you are, I think. Anyhow,
I'm sure
but the good
that's
news
true.
is you can't rewrite this song, Blow Your Winds Northeasterly, Northeasterly. It just doesn't ring well.
It doesn't work.
So just hang in with us.
Have fun. Sing along.
Come all young sailormen, listen to me. I'll sing you a song of the fish and the sea.
Blow your winds westerly west. Whoa, boy. I think they blew us off course. Maybe that was a storm. That was some storm there.
Blow your winds westerly.
Start the beginning again. That's okay.
Well, first comes the whale, the biggest of all. He went up aloft and let all the sails fall. Blow your winds westerly, westerly blow. We're bound to the southern, so steady she goes. Well, up comes the mackerel with his striped back. He stands up on deck and says, My name is Jack. Blow your winds westerly, westerly blow. We're bound to the southern, so steady she goes. Well, next comes the bluefish. He's a wagging his tail. He yells at us, all of us, time to make sail. Blow your winds westerly, westerly blow. We're bound to the southern, so steady she goes. Well, next comes the flatfish, and we call him Skate. If you'll be the captain,
I'll be the mate.
blow your winds westerly, westerly blow. We're bound to the southern, so steady she goes. Well, next comes the codfish with his chucklehead. He's out on the chains, heaving the lead. Blow your winds westerly, westerly blow. We're bound to the southern, so steady she goes. Well, next comes the swordfish. He's the king of the sea. We're coming about, boys, so heartily. Blow your winds westerly, westerly blow. We're bound to the southern, so steady she goes. One more verse. Well, up comes the fisherman. He's stalwart and grim. He dips his big net in and scoops them all in. Blow your winds westerly, westerly blow. We're bound to the southern, so steady she goes. Blow your winds westerly, westerly blow. We're bound to the southern, so steady she goes.
Yeah. We got back on course. You know,
Oh,
that's isn't that life, you know?
And that in those days, all fishermen were sailors. That's what's so lovely about that song, is it plays up the significance of the sailing
of
with
the
fishermen.
wind, right?
Well, they hadn't invented diesel engines. They hadn't invented gasoline engines yet, and so the fishermen relied on the most reliable energy available at the time.
Yeah.
Which wasn't that reliable, but anyhow, relying on wind, and so that's a great song. I love that song. Anyway,
That's a good song. That's a fun one. It is a fun one. So we have a special treat for you this show. It's not going to happen this minute, but
You
we're
gotta
going to
stay
give you
with
a
us.
teaser,
Hang in here with us.
A teaser, because we have a special friend, a wonderful friend, joining us from the West Coast, and he will be joining us through the miracles of technology. And we had a wonderful time taping a little thing with him this afternoon, and we can't wait to share it with you in honor of Fisher Poets Gathering. So more on that later. Stay tuned. It's going to be wonderful, but we got to say hi to a few folks here. We got to say hi to Connie and Joanne. Joanne, we're missing you out there on the West Coast. We're missing you. We got Jeannie's here. Hey, Jeannie. And Doug is here all the way from St. Augustine State Park Campground. Cool. How fun is that? Susan. Yay, Susan. That's right. We do have a big storm coming. I hope you guys are going to be spared out there in Chicago. And Carol's here. Oh, Bill's here. Jim's here.
Thank you for letting us know you're here. You know, I appreciate that audience. You folks are awesome.
Jim says a funny thing. He says, you'll be scooping more than fish soon about scooping the snow. That's so true. That's right. We're going to get worked up for that. Hey, we're going to have a little song. We're doing two songs back to back that have to do with stocking provisions for the storm. And this first one,
let me play. There's some levity in this. Molly's choice.
Us?
We got some levity here tonight.
Wait, I got to get my
What
fiddle.
would you load up with if you had a wind storm coming from a northeaster with wind gusts predicted to be as high as 70 miles an hour for the Cape and the Islands?
I mean, there's lists.
70 miles an hour. That's a hurricane.
That's right.
This is a cold core hurricane.
Hurricane preparedness lists all over the internet.
So what would you bring with you if you knew that there was a huge storm coming? Well, we're asking you, it's a rhetorical question. You could just contemplate the answer. But Molly came up with these two tunes. And what's it called?
Well, this first one means we forgot to go shopping, and it's called Farewell to Whiskey.
Farewell. Did you hear the word? What was the word?
Farewell to whiskey.
No, I was thinking of the last word in the song.
Whiskey.
Whiskey. What's the second song called?
Whiskey before breakfast. That means we went shopping.
We got two whiskey songs for you tonight. We haven't yet been hit. We're only getting 20-mile-an-hour winds right now with gusts to 30. So but anyhow, Molly's prepared.
Unless you get the wrong impression, we did go stock up on stuff today. Cookies and ice cream.
We did. We went to the grocery store. Everybody's getting real food. We're going
batteries and water.
Batteries and water. We're loading up on
cookies
and tapioca pudding.
We're good. We're stocked. We're good.
Check in with us in 48 hours and we'll see how we are.
I want to tune up a little bit first. Oh, good. Good. Yeah. You go ahead and start.
I have to find the beginning of it.
Yeah, I think you just found it. Nice and slow. We're sad.
Is that it?
That's it. Yep. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Well, there's another story. Anyhow, let's get going. Here we go.
Boy, this is up tempo.
Isn't she great?
Oh, you're so sweet.
You're
All right, let's get the
so-
whiskey. Come on, whiskey before breakfast. You got to change instruments, don't you?
Yeah, I do have to change
Right.
it. You love this baritone? I don't do enough baritone with this fella. This fella is a heavy fella. Oh my God! You hear the lowest note? Sounds like a ferry boat. Anyway.
It's fun.
Anyway.
I'm going to read some comments here. Yay! Oh, Jenny's here. Jenny's back. Oh, from Sweden.
Oh my
Boy,
God.
did she have a trip. How cool. Thea's here. Thin mints. Oh, man, we forgot something at the store. I love it. That's right. No moderation this time around in the blizzard, Carol says. Absolutely. So true. Yes, we have 2 mini singers joining me here this evening, too. We got Jim and we've got Jeannie, so
Aw.
fellow mini singers. That's so
We
cool.
got great people on board
High
here
school
today.
friends. High school friends. We sang in the same group. Isn't that fun?
Thank you for joining with us on what could be a storm of the decade.
That's right. All right, we got one
I don't
more
know.
song.
I mean, there's been a heck of a lot of this and that on the news if you've been paying attention. From
Right.
from New York to from Philadelphia, Washington D.C., all the way up to Boston. Everybody's wondering how big a deal this is. So
They say 12 to 24 inches. That's a pretty wide range. We're going to expect.
we'll let you know the next week's show how much we get
That's right.
after we dig ourselves out.
That's right. And that's after we have a little whiskey. This is our final song right before our special guest. So hang in there. Here we go. That's the one.
Here we go.
1, 2. Here we go.
That tune is called Whiskey Before Breakfast.
Did you hear that kind of like little unsteady gait there.
You can Google it and look it up. It's an amazing tune.
It is. I'm going to put the fill away. And then our special guest.
Our special guest. Oh, so I'll give a little introduction to
Oh,
this.
good.
So here's the scoop. We've got this wonderful guest that we're going to introduce you to, Patrick Dixon. We had him appear on the show a few weeks ago. He read a poem, but we're having him. This is a big deal for us because this coming weekend, Fisher Poets Gathering is taking place in Astoria. And this is where you have 50, 60, maybe as many as 90 commercial fishermen or waterfront poets. These are people who work on the water, who write poetry, gather. They take over the whole town of Astoria and attract thousands of followers who come to hear them in bars and restaurants and whatever. And it's the most astounding gathering of poets and people who are sympathetic to poetry, people who love hard work, people who work themselves to the bone.
That's right.
And share story. There's nowhere else in the country that comes close to this. And Patrick is one of our featured fellows that goes back many, many years to when they began this thing.
I've only been that story. Yeah.
I've only been involved with that thing, I think, 9 years. But we're not going this year because we're scared. We're afraid of going because
travel is weird.
The real estate, it's let's see, the travel this and travel, homelands, anyhow.
It's hard.
We can't deal with it. I'm too old to go through this kind of stuff. But our heart is with our dear friends out there. Yeah. And you're going to get a piece of it tonight. You're going to get a piece of it. And if any of you are in the Astoria area, go.
Go.
But anyway,
we'll tell you more about how you can go virtually as well after Patrick gives us his little thing. Now, we're in this interview too. We did a little Zoom thing. So you'll have a
He's
nice
a writer.
time.
He's got
Settle
books.
back.
He's got books. You can Google him. You can find out things. Anyway.
Have a little drink right now and join us and enjoy this conversation with Patrick Dixon. Here we go.
We are so glad, we are so fortunate right now to have Patrick Dixon all the way from the West Coast with us this moment.
And what a treat.
He's a celebrated poet, celebrated retired fisherman.
Look at that
commercial fisherman.
That shirt.
And I'm very, very blessed to have known him for many years and multiple years in different settings with the Fisher Poets Gathering in Astoria. So, Patrick, tell us a story about how you got the transition or whatever you want to say about from being a commercial fisherman out to writing and carrying the stories of the salty water into the lives of yourself and others.
Okay. First of all, let me just thank you for inviting me and to be part of this and wishing that you were going to be able to be at Fisher Poets this year. We're going to miss you, but this is a wonderful substitute. So thanks so much. And my fishing career began because I fell in love with boats as a child. And that's the honest truth. My dad was a sports fisherman, and he took us to, when we were old enough, he took my brothers and I up to Ontario from Indiana, where I grew up, and to fish for walleye. And I loved the power boats. I couldn't wait to get my hands on that engine and motor them around. And I just love boats. I love being out on the water. So when I went to Alaska in 1974 just to check it out, just to see what it was like, I vividly remember sitting in my van with my wife. We're eating a sandwich at the harbor of Haines, Alaska. And I looked out over the harbor and I said, these aren't yachts. These aren't sailboats. What are these rusty old boats? What are they doing? And I guess growing up in landlocked Indiana, I wasn't aware that commercial fishing was still a thing. And so some kid came up the dock, wearing his extra tufts, and I flagged him down and said, "What's this fleet of boats, tied up?" He said, "That's a commercial fishing fleet." Commercial fishing? Yeah, they go out and fish for salmon and then sell it. You can make money fishing? Yeah. Oh. So one thing led to another, and I ended up fishing for 20 years, just to make a long story short.
Wow.
And I fished in Cook Inlet, Alaska, and lived in Kenai with my wife Veronica for 23 years, and raised two children there, and just loved every second of it. And I taught in the winter and fished in the summer. The first time I have always been a poet in my mind. I've never been until the last few years, I've never been any good at it. And so, um, but I always wanted to write poetry and did write poetry. And I look back on some of it now and call it emotional vomit that would go onto the page, but the unrequited love stuff. But the first time I got serious about writing poetry, especially about fishing, was the year of the Exxon Valdez going on the rocks. And we got 1 million gallons of oil in the form of tar balls up Cook Inlet, and we lost our entire season. And
Oh,
before the season started, um, I went down to the beach and looked out at the inlet, wondering after I got the boat ready, and I was wondering what's it going to be like to miss that, to miss that experience of, because it really was my life's adventure. And so I ended up writing a poem called Middle Rip. And Cook Inlet has 3 rips, and the middle one is the worst for weather, absolutely, uh, toughest place to fish on a bad day. But the fish love traveling up the rips. They're like currents in the water, and so they would always scoot up. The middle rip was very productive for getting fish. So there was 2 sides of that, and so I wrote this poem about what it was like to be there, and what it would be like to be standing on shore.
mm.
And that poem is in my new book collection. Came out. Oh, that's reversed on my screen. I don't know if it is on yours. Mending
We're
Holes,
seeing it good. We're
and
seeing.
published in June. It came out in June, and Middle Rip is in my book. Anyway, I put it, Xeroxed it off and put it on the well, actually the cannery did that and put a bunch of them on the counter, and they all disappeared. And I went, well, maybe I'm onto something. And but the thing that really got me more serious about writing, especially fishing poetry, was when we moved down here in 1998, and I had left fishing, left my teaching job, retired from teaching, and left Alaska. And so I was really lost as far as identity and community. And I ended up in the worst depression of my life.
Mm.
And a good friend of mine, Frank Mullen, who is a fisher poet, he's passed now, but a wonderful man. I'd known him throughout my fishing career, and he had moved down to Gig Harbor, and he heard about the Fisher Poets Gathering happening the first year it went in 1998. And that was the year we moved down. And so I'm a year into this feeling terrible about my life, and he calls me up and he says, I want you to block out the last weekend in February. I'm going to take you to Astoria, and you're going to see this thing, and I think you'll like it. And I walked into the Wet Dog, what is now the Astoria Brewing Company, and first thing I saw was a guy with long hair and a vest and a stormy seas jacket, not a vest, but a stormy seas jacket on, and he was wearing Romeos. He was, fishing slippers, and I was going, I think I'm home. And I just fell in love with it, and have gone every year except one when during COVID, we didn't go the first year and of COVID. Anyway, it has become something that I'm just totally committed to and absolutely love, and it really helped heal me and bring me out of it. The hardest part initially was um, the week after the weekend was over. I was going, oh no, I have to wait a year to do this again. And eventually I started some small Fisher Poet gatherings up in Washington around here. And
Oh,
and
great.
and I invite Fisher Poets to come to those. And it's helped salve that part of the wound. So but yeah, the rest is history. And one of the things I did, I that I would like to read for you,
Oh,
is a poem that I wrote in 2000. It's been revised since, but it's called Fisher Poem or Fisher Poets Gathering Alaska, and it's or Astoria, and it's about the Fisher Poets.
oh,
Is this an
perfect.
okay time to do that?
Perfect.
Perfect.
Okay, this is called Fisher Poets Gathering Astoria. I slide into this crowded bar like I'd ease a boat into a slip. The river is crowded tonight. Fisher poets ride these aisles like currents, tying up to booths and dropping anchors on bar stools. They open journals like hatch covers, unsure of how the catch compares. How many brailers does the rest of the fleet have tonight? Maybe I'll wait until deliver until morning when no one else is watching. But morning comes and no one cares. We drink beer, watch the show, and listen. And damn, the stories fill the air like jumpers. Words weave to catch them like nets hung deep. Ears cock for the sound of a splash. Eyes narrow, looking for hits. Then here comes the next set, and a poet picks up the microphone like static over the radio. The bar chatter fades, and in slow motion, the words lift us, riding on the back of a swell. At 19, we believed there were worse things than dying at sea. What you don't know is that the fish will come back next season, but no one will want them. Don't give up. Keep grinding on. You're a fisherman till the end. Seasick pills, twist drills, rain cape, duct tape, marker pencil, number stencil. I want to get you in a skiff. I love Charlie because Charlie loved cod. Well, the fleet was in. There was a hell of a din. The cocktail waitress navigated in a pea suit cigarette fog. A silver river of memory, longing for the sea. A slip of a boot on a wet deck becomes a slip of the tongue, and this place fills with salt water. The speaker pauses, turns off the key, and walks away without a look. In a moment, all hell will break loose, and we'll relive it again in the telling. But as the story lands on the dock, solid and hard, we can sense the slightest change of the engine. Feel the gentlest breeze. Hear our own heartbeat in the distance, in the waves. There it is.
Oh,
Patrick,
wow.
thank you so much for sharing this.
My
That was
pleasure.
beautiful.
Sharing not just Molly and I, but our followers and friends who attend the show. This is a big deal to us.
That really will give such a flavor of what we've been trying to say, but you said it so beautifully.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's
Yeah.
really
My,
lovely.
my pleasure.
We're going to find another excuse to call you up again and try to pull you in on this show. I can't say exactly when, but you go on with your life and do what you need to do, but you're going to get a call from us or something. Molly's going to get you on the phone.
That's right.
And
Now,
we're going to say
did you have
thank
another
you.
one you wanted to read just now, though? Did
Do you have another?
I do. I'll read you about my first day of fishing ever
Oh,
in Cook
cool.
Inlet. This is called boat puller, and it's another term for a deckhand. In the fishing business, early on, you didn't have hydraulics to bring the net back on board, and these nets are big and heavy, and when we have fish in them, they're bigger and heavier. So you wanted somebody to, they called it a boat puller because it looked like the boat was traveling backwards on the net, and but you wanted a deckhand that was big and strong, and so my first skipper called all his deckhands boat pullers. His name was Jim Evenson. We were alone on the boat, a green deckhand and a middle-aged Norwegian riding emerald rollers, sprinkled with drops of gold in the late afternoon sun. And though you were teaching me how to get a salmon out of the bag without popping the mesh, I was somewhere else. Off the stern, I saw myself, neck deep in Indiana, foundering in all those years of not knowing who I was or how to escape who I had become, drowning in aching nights, spent hoping for the moment I might know a way to set my feet upon a path of my own. While I was picking fish with you, stunned at the sight of the sea so near and the mountains filling the western sky, I thought of dry Midwestern cornfields and of lost empty days, filled with a wish to leave, but nowhere to go. You bent over a red to show me how to use a fish pick, never realizing what was happening to me, how you were stripping away the web of my past life, pulling me through to solid ground. There you go.
Ah,
Thank you, Patrick.
man.
Thank you both very much, and
Thank you.
I'm sure you'll be tuning in to KMUN on the don't want to forget to let your viewers know about that.
Yeah.
KMUN Coast Radio broadcasts from the Liberty Theater both Friday and Saturday night. This coming Friday and Saturday night.
Right, exactly.
That's right.
And
We
that's
can do
at
that.
6 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. It starts, right?
Actually, I just got an email from one of the organizers that said it's starting at 5 because they have so many people that have
Oh,
signed up to
nice.
read. So,
Oh, that's
so
great.
that's good. And I won't be reading from there, but I'm sure you'll hear some great stuff. So,
That's
um,
great.
and maybe next year the things will calm down and we can see you guys in person.
That
So,
would be great.
wonderful.
That
Thank
would
you.
be, we look forward to that.
Thank you so much. This has
All
been
right.
a total treat.
Patrick, thank you.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Thank you.
Good to see you.
Okay, you too.
Bye.
Let's hear it for Patrick.
Wasn't that amazing?
Woo!
Please comment, please. I just had to add one more thought about Fisher Poets, that it's such an amazing, wonderful group of people. From the writers to the audience to the organizers, to be able to get us everyone together and do it. I have frequently been asked, why don't we do something like that on the East Coast? And I've asked the question myself, and I keep coming up against a wall. What is so amazing about what goes on in Astoria is it's a whole community underscores it, pushes it through, helps it, plants the seeds, whatever. Here on the East Coast, Martha's Vineyard would be a nice place, but nobody can afford to stay here for a weekend. It's too expensive. And are they fishing on the East Coast? I've talked to people in New Bedford, and it's so hard on the East Coast. There's a lot of moaning and groaning over here, and yet that's why I treasure them so much on the West Coast, because I feel like they're my family.
They're really wonderful.
They love Molly. Oh my gosh, they love Molly.
They love Mark. He was there for what, 6 or 7 years before I got to go.
Yeah.
And they kept asking him back. So just
And
saying.
during COVID, we did it virtually. We did it like we just did this little thing here. We did it. It's anyhow. They're
That's right.
amazing. They're a can-do people.
And
Can-do audience.
just a couple more things that we wanted to share with you, because you could see more of them, is it's actually going to be live streamed this weekend. So Friday night, Saturday night, Pacific time, starting at 5 p.m. So that would be 8 p.m. here. Take a nap in the day. Get some popcorn. Have a sleeping bag. Just spend a nice evening just relaxing and listening to awesome poetry, music, storytelling, anything that involves the creative word. It's going to be there. With wonderful performers. KMUN, the radio station that Joanne Rideout has been with for many years and affiliated with, and doing her ship report. That's another story.
Joanne's a big supporter of this program.
We got to have you on the show too. Just a little teaser. And don't forget about Patrick's book. He showed you Mending Holes. So, lots of stuff, ways that you can tap into this wonderful community. We're here to open doors.
If you need any more information about it, please write us. We'll reply.
That's right.
And
meanwhile, we're going to sing another song that has a storm in it, just for fun, right? Because we love this song.
yeah,
It's
how do you
beautiful.
follow Patrick? He's awesome.
We'll just do a pretty song.
and let me go home. My mama is calling, go row the boat, child. My mama is calling, go row the boat, child. My mama is calling, go row the boat, child. Go row the boat and let me go home.
The darkness is falling.
Go row the boat, child.
The darkness is falling.
Go row the boat, child.
The darkness is falling.
The boat, child. Go row the boat and let me go home.
You do some harmonica.
Storm clouds are rolling. Go row the boat, child. Storm clouds are rolling. Go row the boat, child. Storm clouds are rolling with snow. Go row the boat, child. Go row the boat and let me go home.
Do a harmonica solo.
See the lightning flashing. Go row the boat, child. See the snow and the lightning flashing.
Yeah.
Go row the boat, child.
See the blizzard
Lightning.
conditions and the snow falling.
Go row the boat, child. Go row the boat and get a snow shovel. And let me go home. Joanna is rowing.
Go row the boat, child.
Joanna is rowing.
Go row the boat, child.
Joanna is rowing.
Go row the boat, child.
Go row the boat.
Let
me go home.
Just when you think it's kind of like a lullaby, then the sailor comes on board. Oh, row the boat!
Is that a good song to follow, Patrick?
There's
He's a
nothing
great
that
guy.
could follow.
He's a good guy.
That was so good.
Patrick is good.
It was great. Well, we're just so thankful you all could join us for this really extra special evening. And you know, we got a final song coming. You got to sing along. You got to play along. Shelly plays along. We just love that. She sent us a note today saying she grabs an instrument and plays along. Hey, you could do that at home too. What a great idea. So we got some thank yous. We got, first of all, thank you to Patrick Dixon for joining us. Thank you for Fisher Poets Gathering for happening this coming weekend, for doing a wonderful thing for
And
poetry,
facilitating
for
the
creativity.
talents and creative people on both coasts.
That's right.
They really are awesome.
That's right. That's right. And we thank Brad. Brad, who does Fisher Poetry Archive. Lots of
He's connected with them.
of Fisher Poets. Look it up. Fisher Poetry Archive. Look it up. Lots and lots of recordings Brad has done over the past 20 years. So it's great stuff. We're also thankful for what Brad does for our show, editing it, getting it out to MBTV here on the island, and the CCM. It's called Capital Community Media in Salem, Oregon.
Salem.
So we get to be seen on both coasts, which is really fun, and we're so glad to join you. And thank you for having us in your living rooms or wherever you're watching from, or your cars if you're doing a podcast, because you can do the Amazon, the Apple, the Google, Spotify thing, all that stuff too.
She can talk fast when she wants to.
When I can read. So thank you to our Patreon
Thank
and
you,
Substack
everyone.
supporters, and just thank you so much for being here. Thank you to our audience. You're right here. We see you. I see you, and thank you so much. We
Boy,
just
it
love
matters. You all matter. You're awesome. You folks are just the best.
The best. So wherever you're going to be, if you're in a storm situation this week, take care. Be careful. And if you're rolling home, do it safely, okay?
We'll give you a full report on how we managed through the storm.
Yes.
Call all hands to man the capstan. See the cable running clear. Heave away and with the will, boys, for New England we do steer, rolling home. Rolling home, rolling home across the sea. Rolling home to dear New England. Rolling home, dear God to thee. Fare thee well,
Very well.
your
Yes.
Spanish maiden.
Let's look over there. It is time to bid adieu, adieu. Happy times we've spent together. Woohoo! Happy times, ginger beer, we've spent with you. Rolling home. Rolling home, rolling home across the sea. Rolling home to dear New England. Rolling home, dear God to thee. Oh, look over there.
What's the next word? Round Cape Horn.
Round Cape Horn.
One frosty morning, and the sails were full of a lot of snow.
No!
Tighten those sheets
And get out the shovel.
and pull in those
Halyards with the
snow
shovel.
shovels. Let her off
Let her off.
and let her go. Here we go.
Woo!
Rolling home, rolling home, rolling home across the sea. Rolling home to dear New England. Rolling home, dear God to thee. One more verse.
One more.
Many thousand miles behind us, many thousand miles to go. The ocean lifts her waves to bring us to that well. Remember shore, rolling home, rolling home, rolling home across the sea. Rolling home.
Where are we going?
To Martha's Vineyard. But we're also thinking of Astoria.
Astoria too.
Together.
Rolling home.
Dear God to thee.
And a toast to all of you.
Oh my gosh, yes indeed. Thank you for helping us with the show. Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you so much, Patrick, for joining us. And thank you all for joining us. We wish you well for this week. Be safe.
Stay warm.
Stay warm. That's right. And keep in touch. We'll see you next time. Bye. All right, hold on. Let me get over here. Ready?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That was Sunday at Sea, hosted by Mark Allen Lovewell and Molly Knoll of Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts. Thank you, Mark and Molly. It was a real pleasure to have you on the show today. For more information about Sunday at Sea, please check out the link included in the podcast description. Well, that's it. This one's in the tote. The Fisher Poetry Podcast is written and produced by me, Brad Wortman. Music used in this episode is courtesy of Mark Allen Lovewell and Molly Knoll. We're always looking for Fisher poets like Mark and Molly to come on the show. If you'd like to appear or have comments about the show, please send an email to thefisherpoetrypodcast@gmail.com. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe to haul the latest episodes into your net. The Fisher Poetry Podcast is available via our podcast host, Anchor, and several other hosts, including Apple, Google, and Amazon. Please also check out our videos on the Fisher Poetry channel on YouTube and visit the Fisher Poetry Podcast page on Facebook. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you on the next one.
Come all young sailormen, listen to me. I'll sing you a song of the fish in the sea. Blow ye winds westerly, westerly blow. We're bound to the southward, so steady she goes.